Hi, Kari. How you doing today?
Very good, thank you. Lovely to meet you.
Lovely to meet you. Well, thank you for this kick-ass series. I have been enjoying myself beyond belief. And
Uh,
I want to ask you as a director, instead of working on a 2-hour film, here you have these wonderful characters that you get to flesh out in a series. What has that been like for you?
well, I think for all of us, it's been a fantastic journey because these actors have been playing these characters for some years,
Yes.
so they were absolutely inside the character in each case, but they had never really gone home with them. So there was a very new, lovely path of discovery that they got to go on, which was as terrifying as it was fantastic because suddenly, Sebastian is seeing all these new sides to Bucky and taking him to places that he'd never imagined before. So it was all a little nerve wracking to make sure that we got it right. And the same. We went inside, the life of Sam and gave him a backstory. But that was all because we had 6 hours. You can't do it in a movie. By definition, an action-packed, particularly superhero movie is in 2 hours you're galloping to the finish line, and so it's very hard to go home because then your character isn't saving the world; he's gone home. So
Exactly. And you know what I love about it too is, as you say, we get to dive really deep into these characters. There's not just a lot of action, but there's a lot of drama. There's a lot of things that you're dealing with in this series. Especially race relations is very, very important this season. What has it been like for you to be able to explore that and the balance between giving us good action but also getting us involved with this amazing drama?
well, from the beginning, that was way back when I even presented my ideas to Kevin Feige and the team. It was really important to me to be talking about some very deep themes. What is it to be a hero? What's the relevant hero today versus what was imagined in the original comics, which are that came out of the Second World War. So you really had to take a look at that and say, is that same construct of what a hero is, which was sort of warrior soldier based,
Yeah.
is that construct relevant today? And I felt we needed to look at that as an idea, which we did, and of course looked at it more like first responder. Hero today is a first responder or a frontline worker, and that became even more relevant as a result of the pandemic. We were really looking at what those heroes are. And then the racial component to it was very, from the beginning, we knew and wanted to take the conversation very seriously about what was it for a Black man to pick up that shield, which
Yes.
is a metaphor for the American flag. So at the end of episode 4, where we put blood on that shield and we've used it as an instrument of violence in a very heinous way.
Yes.
And so we've kind of destroyed it in its, if there was any innocence to it, we've destroyed that. I think was a really striking moment in the discussion that we were presenting.
Oh, it was a
And then
striking
for episode
moment for watching it. I have to tell you that because, as I'm watching this series, I've been, following it week by week. And when I saw Wyatt Russell as Captain America, I'm like, okay. Then I'm thinking, I don't like this guy. He's a dick. Captain America is not supposed to be a dick, And then as you're watching along, you're like, I don't know. And then you see what happens. And I literally gasped, honestly. And I go, what I love so much about this series is that right and wrong and good and evil, it's all messed up together. That must be thrilling for you to be able to direct this.
Well, yes, it's fantastic because you're able to look at the gray.
Yeah.
And I think even Wyatt says, you have to understand the gray of it to the parents. Um, there is no, when you're dealing with such extremes and extremism, it's a slippery slope. And so the rhetoric that Carly starts with is with honor. I mean, she's doing the right thing. And so it was radicalization, which is one of the things that we sort of, infused into her journey, is a subtle shift each time. And so, looking at that as its core, the motivation to how she then becomes a villain, and because she starts out kind of honorable, and we like her, and sort of what's wrong with this? That good, so it's how does good intentions turn into slowly, and suddenly you realize, oh my God, on both sides, the government was doing what they thought was good intentions, but was actualized into very big hardships for people, and they weren't recognizing that. And Carly, on the other hand, as the Robin Hood of it, is doing the exact same thing. She's presenting good ideas with good intentions, and then she realizes she's going to have to. She's not trusting that her words are going to work. She's going to have to get angry about it, and so she turns, and she turns further, and then people start dying. And that to me is how to dramatize this gray, and to take it out and look at it.
Yeah, it's amazing. It really is so, oh my God, it's so fascinating. Okay, so episode 5, which we just saw, introduced a brand new character. How exciting is it that we have Julia Louis-Dreyfus now in the Marvel Universe?
I know. Is that not going to be fun or what? Yes, and she really embraced the character. It was fun to help her design it, because the way Marvel works is that you look to the comics, but you don't duplicate them, so that they're more like a resource. So the character Valentina, that the character she's playing, she didn't have to do it like a carbon copy.
Yes,
She's
yes.
able to bring to it her own interpretation. So it was really fun being part of seeing how she wanted to play it, and who that wanted to be, and the earrings and the boots and all that stuff was just a joy.
I cannot wait to see more of her. You have had the opportunity to work on some of my favorite TV, from The Loudest Voice. Oh my God, it was amazing. Of course, The Handmaid's Tale, The Walking Dead. These are all my favorite shows. How much fun do you get to have working on things like this, honestly?
Well, yeah, you pinch yourself every time. And what is really particularly, I think, lucky. I just feel very lucky, is that they're also different.
Yeah.
So, and yet, you bring work begets work. So you bring something from every project into your, bag of tricks and your skill set. And so I've had this really extraordinary career where I've been working on, such extremes. And yet somehow they sort of, you realize, oh, they've got political themes, and they I like to debate through drama. I don't like to tie things up.
Yeah.
So we allow the audience to walk away, hopefully moving the needle in some kind of enlightenment, illuminating an idea, a concept. The Walking Dead was fantastic. Working with Andrew, one of the episodes I did was kind of this road trip between he and the other character. And oh my God, they laughed. I kept saying, "You can't laugh this much. You can't have this much fun. This is we're not." So that, in a weird way, that sort of helped me, even with the Bucky and Sam of it, right? Because it was a road movie in its course. So yeah, so everything, work begets work.
That's amazing. Well, Kari, thank you so much for your time today. Like I said, this series is so good. I cannot wait to see what you're going to bring us next. I can't wait for the last episode, but I really hope this continues onwards. And, you make us proud here in Canada. Thank you for all your great work, and just a pleasure to talk to you today. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Have a great day. Thank you so much.
And you.
Okay, bye-bye.